welcome back to my channel. My name is Christine and this is Just Christine. For today's video, I'm going to be planning for the week of February 24th to March 2nd, and I'm using this kit from the Plannermonkeyco called Elegance. This is in her gold foil, and then on the quote box there it says, "The quiet elegance of a snow-covered city whispers stories only winter can tell." So here are the full boxes, and then we have the functional boxes. And then we have the layering pieces, and then we have some decos at the bottom, and then we have the bottom washi and date covers and some headers, and then we have the floral decos, and then the journaling page 1, the journaling page 2. And I also grabbed the alcohol ink swatches. If you guys are interested in this, please stay tuned. Okay, so for this spread, I actually had a really hard time putting everything together. I think I had a good vision of what I wanted the sidebar to look like, but I never really thought of how I was going to use the full boxes. So unfortunately, that is where I had such a big issue, and you guys are going to see how how much of a trial I had just putting the full boxes in. The thing is though, that since I had such a hard time with the full boxes, I think I focused a lot of my creative juices on the date covers, because I actually really like how the date cover turned out. It's quite simple, but I really like how I kind of went a little bit more creative, I guess. I don't know. I haven't really seen anybody do the things that I did on top, but I could be totally wrong. So here on the sidebar, I really wanted to use this, the film strip, but I didn't really know how I was going to decorate it. So that was where my vision kind of started and ended, was I wanted to use that film strip. And it was a good thing that I had the decos as well, because the decos really did save me, because I was able to put it on top of the film strip. I also really had a hard time with the florals in this kit, because my florals actually didn't come fully cut properly. So it looked like it was cut, but it wasn't cut all the way through. So I had quite a difficulty actually use the florals, but that's really besides the point, because I was still able to use it. It was cut deep enough that I was able to kind of just really push it out. I did rip some of them, but I was still able to kind of cover it with the boxes and all that jazz. When I first saw this kit, when the Plannermonkeyco released it, I knew that I wanted to use it as the last kit for winter. I really like the artwork. I like that there was like a slight winter scene at the back, but then at the same time, I don't know, for me it was very still kind of like a Valentine's Day kit, but it doesn't scream Valentine's. So I thought the transition kit from February to March was like the perfect week to use it, which is really funny because, like I said, this is supposed to be my last winter kit, quote and unquote, because technically I don't really see this as a winter kit, but it was supposed to be my ode to winter, my goodbye to winter. But when you guys see my next plan with me, it doesn't really happen that way. nevertheless, it's still a very, very pretty kit, and I really love, like, even though I had a hard time with the full boxes, I still kind of like how it turned out. It's been a while since I had an issue using a kit, especially a Plannermonkeyco kit, because like I've been using this shop for so many years, and I have like the Plannermonkeyco kit like almost once a month, if not once a month, like twice a month. So the fact that I had such an issue, it was very laughable for me. But anyways, here is like where I kind of had my sidebar, and like I said, I really like how it turned out. I also used these kind of like foiled florals that I got from the Plannermonkeyco's advent calendar 2 years ago, and unfortunately I didn't push it all the way throughout the spread. I did kind of like after the fact added a little bit florals here and there, but then that was just like an afterthought. And if you guys can see the full spread at the end of this video, then you guys will see what I meant, how it was kind of like an after the fact. Okay, so I did use the majority of the alcohol ink swatches here up top. I was kind of just like kind of like bidding my time because I didn't know how I wanted the full boxes to go. I did put those kind of like those torn strips of paper as a deco, and I don't know if you guys can see on the left hand side of the paper where it's kind of like all ripped, because I kind of had like a full box, 2 full boxes on top already, and then I also put an alcohol ink swatches, but it really did not work for my eyesight and so I had to take it all out, and I had to move on because like I said, I just needed to gather my thoughts and my creative juices and focus it somewhere else. And that is the reason why I started doing the, what do you call these deco, the day covers, the top part of the planner. This is actually, I think I had to like step away from the planner for a couple of days before I can go back and actually do the full boxes. Because like I said, I had a really major issue with it. Okay, so as I was putting down these alcohol ink swatches, I realized that I have these kind of like picture frames from Paper Trail Plans, and I didn't really know what to do with it. I wanted to see if I can decorate it throughout the plan with me, like throughout the spread. And I was just like, okay, I cannot for the life of me, like it's not clicking. The spread and the frames is not clicking in my head. Other people use it and they use it so very well and so very pretty, but when I'm using it, it's not clicking. Like it's not, I can't put 2 and 2 together to make it look good. So then, okay, I'm like, I really, really want to use these frames. So I was like, how am I going to do it? And then I thought, why don't I just cut it up, because the detail is very intricate anyways. So even if I cut it up into pieces, you can still see it. So I was like, okay, then I'll just put it on the day covers. So I had this whole entire thought of like, it could just look like a mural of like frames. So I was like, that's perfect. I seriously don't know if anyone's ever done this. And I'm probably just taking credit for something that I probably have seen elsewhere, and it's just been in my back of my head and I've just taken credit for it. But you guys can definitely call me out. But I seriously thought this looked really, really good. And I was really happy how it turned out because, like I said, I've been really wanting to use frames in my spread, and I just cannot, for the life of me, like put two and two together. So I was like, okay, perfect. This turned out really, really well. And like I said, I really like how it turned out. It just kind of remind me of, for some weird reason, it gives me Alice in Wonderland vibes, where like things are just floating as she falls down the rabbit hole. And that is what I have in my head, even though I'm pretty sure there was no picture frames when she was falling down the rabbit hole. So here I just put a little bit more of, is this where I start putting the, no, so these are the headers down. I stuck to the darker color because this maroon was really speaking to me. I really, really love the maroon in this kit. To be honest, like, you guys can definitely, if you ever bought this kit, this Elegance kit, I think you guys can use this like a transition from spring to fall as well. Sorry, not spring to fall, from fall to winter, because the darkness of the kit kind of looks like fall as well. And then obviously it could go from winter to spring with the I don't know, I can't really say the colorway, but I really see very kind of Valentine-y in this color. So that's the reason why I decided to use it for the February into March. And I really do think it works. So here I just go on and put in these clusters of like dots, and I really, really love these clusters of dots. It's from the Pretty Pinko as well, and you're gonna see it all throughout the spread. And I have no clue why I went crazy with these dots, but I don't know, dots and like sparkly things, I get drawn to them. And I definitely need to buy more of these because I really think that they're going to look fantastic in a lot of summer spreads, especially like under the sea type of summer spreads. And I'm still waiting for a kit or like a shop that would release an under the water kit spread. No, wait, kit shop. I'm waiting for a shop to release a kit that's focusing on under the sea, and I really hope someone would release it, because we had a lot, like a massive amount of like destination summer kits, and as much as I like seeing them and how beautiful they are, it's just not something for me. Like I can only buy so many destination kits until they start to not become destination kits anymore. I don't know, but here I do kind of try to pick up the florals, which all in all, I really shouldn't have done that, because this is, I think, a couple of days later, and when you wait that long to pick up a sticker, it would literally like rip, which is what happened here. It ripped. But since I didn't really have an idea on the full boxes, I had no choice but to lift the sticker up, like the florals up. And that little space there, I really did not know what to do with it. So what I did is I just used this lined box from the kit, and then I just decided to decorate it. And like I said, I did rip, like I've ripped so many of the stickers in this spread, and it's so heartbreaking. But at the same time, I feel like I was a surgeon trying to put things together, and it kind of worked out. So I kind of wanted to pull in that frame down into the spread itself, and I don't think I did such a good job. Like I said, it just looked like it was an afterthought. This is kind of like where the fiasco always happens. It's always on this page. I really didn't know what to do with that, I don't know, with that space beside those two full boxes, and I didn't want to leave it as is, and then at the same time I didn't really want to use a big huge floral because that torn strip of paper was already a floral, and it just looks a little bit too much if I put another big floral. So I tried to kind of just use whatever I had, which is that deco piece of paper, piece of sticker. I don't think it worked out as well as I hoped it would. I think I just made the I don't know, like how it looked. It made it look a little bit over the top on one side, and then it just wasn't in the middle. If you guys can see my dilemma, there's that big white gap, and even though I want to try to put something there, I know that if I do, it's just going to look out of place. So I just left it as is. It bothers me because there's so much space between the full boxes and the sidebar. But it is what it is. We can't always have a good spread, and like even if there is some issue, I still really liked how it turned out. So let's go with the day by day. Okay, so on Monday, I am late shift, so therefore I was able to sleep in on that day. Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm always able to sleep in because I'm late shift. Since it is a Monday morning, it was a busy day. I'd like to say that every day is a busy day, and I'd like to say that I'm always on the go, but Mondays usually is just a little bit more crazier than other days. So it was a very crazy day. And then at night I actually got a happy mail, which was from the Plannermonkeyco, and I believe it was the January mystery. I'm actually starting to like write down the happy mail that I get, so that I can actually say what was the happy mail that I received on that day. So for that Monday, I got the January mystery kit, which I probably would have showed on Instagram. And then since I am done work quite late, Mondays is just one of those lazy nights where I just eat dinner and then go to sleep. On Tuesday is my early shift, so I had to wake up early. And this was also a really busy day. I was not 100% sure why this day was like crazier than Monday, but it was a pretty busy day. And then, like I said, since I did receive that happy mail from the Plannermonkeyco the day before, I posted the flip through of the January mystery on my Instagram. So if you guys don't really follow me on Instagram, definitely click on the thing at the bottom and you guys can friend me and I'll friend you back. But I usually post like stuff like pictures and my final spreads on there, and that's basically it, and like little life tidbits in my stories. And then after that, at night, I cooked this Japanese curry with the rice, and it was so good. I am a sucker for anything Japanese cuisine. So when we went to Japan, my aunt actually taught me how to make Japanese curry, and she showed me like the best curry paste, and it was so good, guys. I do not like to pat myself in the back all the time, but this was really something else. I really, really loved it. And then on Wednesday was an early day for me. Like I said, Wednesday is usually late, but then I had to start a little bit earlier than usual because I had a meeting. And then throughout the day, I had another meeting. So I had like 2 meetings on this day. And then at night, I did pick up pizza for dinner. Since it was on my way home, I just kind of like veered away from the road that I was going home and then pick up the pizza and then move back to the road where I was going so that I can go back home. So it's not really that crazy of a shift of my route home. So I was able to do that. And then on this night, I think I also posted my vacation haul on YouTube. I don't remember if I did it on Wednesday, but I know I edited it and then I uploaded it on this day. And then on Thursday was a quiet day. Thursdays are usually a quiet day for myself at work because I am early shift, like super early. I have to wake up at like 7:30 in the morning. And it was also one of my coworkers' last day, so we had kind of like a little bit of a, I don't like to say a party, but we did kind of had a little bit of like cake and like a goodbye farewell kind of day for her. And it was really sad because she was one of my good friends at work. And then I was done quite early. Before I left, I did go and hug her and say bye to her. And then at night, it was just a quiet night for me. I started the book called The Boyfriend. Totally forgot who the author is, but it's a thriller book and it was pretty good. I read, I think, 3 other books from that author, and she always has this thing where she kind of has a twist all the way, like right at the end of the story. And I really, really like her twist at the end, and you just kind of be like, oh my god, that really happened. And then she ends it like that, which I don't know, for me it totally works. And I've read, like I said, like 3 of her books, and she's always done it. I guess it's like her thing as an author. Okay, on Friday was our monthly meeting at work. So I think I was in at 10 on this day because I didn't open. So I was in at 10 o'clock, and the meeting went all the way from 10 to 3. And so that was like, I was kind of done early. And that was also the same day where me and a bunch of my friends, we had a kind of like a girls' night out, quote and unquote, because we just technically went to this dessert place and we stayed there for like the longest time, eating, chatting, gossiping. And that was basically my whole entire night because I was done at 3 o'clock. So then we went and met up at the dessert place. So from like 4 o'clock all the way to like almost 9:30, we were just there eating and talking and gossiping and whatnot. So that was basically my Friday night. And at home, I just kind of like chilled and basically did nothing. The dessert place was okay. It wasn't like one of those really amazing dessert place. It was just really the only place where we could stay late. So that's why we just met up at that place. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this floral, but like I said, I had issues with the florals, so I probably had to kind of cover up things that I was supposed to cover up. So anyways, on Saturday I woke up early because my husband and I had a doctor's appointment. Our doctor's appointment was supposed to be like around, I think 9 or 9:30. So we had to wake up early. But then when we got there, our doctor was actually already an hour behind schedule. So we had to reschedule our appointment because we couldn't stay that late. We actually had to drive downtown and meet up with my husband's parents, so my in-laws. So basically, when we got to the doctor's office, we just decided to reschedule our appointment because we would have waited an hour or at least more than an hour because he was already running an hour behind, and there was still like 5 people in front of us, so it would have been longer than an hour. So then from the doctor's office, we just decided to go straight downtown. And then when I say straight downtown, that's like downtown Toronto, which is about an hour away from us. And we walked around to kind of like just chill around the area, and then like around 6 o'clock, we met up with his parents and my brother-in-law, and we had dinner. We had to wait that long because my brother-in-law actually had work on that day, and he was, I believe, finished like 5:30. So then the reservations for dinner was 6 o'clock, I believe. So we were just basically around the area, downtown Toronto, just walking around. And we actually had dinner at Red Lobster. So my father-in-law was actually craving for Red Lobster, so that's the reason why we went there. And it was actually really good. I don't know what it is about like downtown restaurants, even though that they're chained restaurants, I feel like they just make things better for some weird reason. It could just totally be me, but I really feel like their food is just so much better than what I can get in some other restaurants. It could be in the same chain, like the same Red Lobster, the same place, but sometimes not the same place, like the same Red Lobster, but like outskirts of Toronto, and it wouldn't taste as good as the one from downtown. So anyways, so at night we kind of got home a little bit later because dinner ran a little bit long, and then obviously the drive to our house is like about an hour away. On Sunday we did sleep in a bit because, you know, I woke up early on Saturday, so I might as well sleep in on Sunday. And after that, when we woke up, we actually went to go Costco. We had to pick up some stuff, and it wasn't really groceries. It was just like, you know, like those Costco runs where you go there for like, I don't know, like chicken, and then you come out with like a cart full of things that you don't really need. And then we did go home. Like this Sunday, I think, was just a very laid back day because we just got home, and then after that we did I did the laundry, and then we also filmed. I don't know why I keep saying we. I filmed my plan with me for the week of December 16th to the 22nd. To be honest, I can't believe I'm still doing my plan with me for December this month, and it is now currently May 26th, and I'm just starting March, so I'm like almost 2 months behind schedule, which, to be honest, it's really not that big of a deal. I've been kind of, I don't know, I've been kind of lazy, not lazy, but I've just been doing other things, I guess. I've been procrastinating. That's the word that I'm looking for. In doing my plan with me's and my voiceover, and I really need to kind of like shift it into gear because I really don't like being that much I don't like being that much back with my plan with me. So anyways, this is my whole entire spread. If you guys like this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you so much. Bye.